YouTube? Hyckory Styck back with you again. We are back on Pickwick Lake. This is our last morning on Pickwick. We have unfortunately got to go home tomorrow. We've had a good time, but all good things must come to an end eventually. Been a good trip though, we've had a good time.
You said the pressure dropped?
No, barometric pressure has been increasing. That low pressure system that was coming through has passed through, and now there's a high pressure system come in behind it. So we've got high pressure sitting over us, bluebird skies, makes for tough fishing. Not hardly. You?
I caught 3 crappie and a sauger about that long.
Really? That's better than I've done this morning. I ain't had a hit.
The sun come up though.
Yes, sir.
I probably should have went to Cedar this morning, but I didn't feel like pulling my boat that far because yesterday it got nasty just with boat weight.
Really?
I'm trying to stay out of your way. I was just going to run this camera.
Go ahead. You ain't bothering me.
This could get nothing to bite. I got 16 rods out in 5 colors, 4 different depths, and I can't get fish.
That means they just ain't biting. Well, I just had me a good screw up here. Camera battery died, and I just foolishly opted to keep fishing instead of replacing the camera battery, and I caught a 16.5-inch smallmouth. Luckily, my wife did get it on camera. Oh yes! Now that's a nice smallmouth, y'all. Oh, I'll take that all day. That is a nice smallmouth. He consumed my crawfish. Well, she didn't get the catch on camera, but she got the fish on camera. And we got pictures and we weighed it, so I'll have to put some on here on the video. Caught it right along this same edge that I've fished like 4 times this trip. And I've caught fish off of it before. It's a gravel edge and it drops steeply down from nothing to 30 feet. Nothing but letting my crawfish sit and just drop to the bottom, let him pull it on the bottom. My wife has now decided that has inspired her, and she's going to go back to fishing the crawfish because she's been fishing spoon and ain't caught nothing. So I'm just taking this crawfish, and this is the same thing I've been doing the whole trip. Just taking this crawfish, I'm throwing it in shallow water, I'm just working it down that bank along bottom, just bumping him along. This is still day 3. It's our last day. It's the afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We've actually moved upriver some. It's very windy. There is a lot of commotion in the water. A lot of water getting stirred up. A lot of people on the water skiing, pleasure boats, what have you. We're fishing along this rock bluff here, this rock wall bluff. I just caught about a 14-inch smallie. That's why I decided to turn the camera back on. Been throwing right up against the rocks and letting it fall off the rocks. I lost one and then I caught one. So, still fishing a Nikko craw. This Hyckory Styck is fishing a Nikko craw also. She looks like Ahab's Arab right now. She lost her hat earlier today, so now I wish y'all could see her. She is bundled up in 2 flannel shirts. Anyway, so the sheer rock bluff drops to about 18 feet right here. People, this wave action is not from the wind. This is purely skiers. I've never seen anything like this. This many people skiing in a lake. Last time we came to Pickwick, we came with nothing but our regular bass fishing equipment from the house for fishing shallow water bass. Had no knowledge of this lake. Just came up here just to go. We heard it was a nice campground up here. We drug our camper and boat up here, and this is where we went. We got out here on this lake and came to the realization that we don't know how to fish this lake. We don't know anything about fishing this water. That was 3 years ago. We hadn't had a chance to come back yet. This time I said, you know what? I'm going back with some knowledge. And I'm going back with some better equipment. Oh, I missed him. There was one right there. So I'm going back with better equipment. I'm going back with some knowledge. So I did. I researched it, did my homework, talked to people that had fished it before, watched a bunch of stuff, watched a bunch of YouTube, read a bunch of forums. Started fishing at home with baits that would work up here. And it has paid off for us. Come up here, we've been able to catch fish. We've been able to catch smallmouth bass, which is a species that I have never caught but always wanted to catch. I've always wanted to fish for them. It's been a good trip. This is our 5th anniversary. We've had a good time. There's fish. Oh, I lost it. They are all in there.
Maybe I like my color.
Maybe they don't like the presentation.
Throw it in, I'll match you.
Okay, what you do is throw it at that rock wall, throw it right up against that rock wall, and just let it sink. Let it go all the way to the bottom, and then just barely bump it out like that. We're fishing it real slow along that bottom because there's that steep edge that goes down, and we're wanting to drag that bait down that edge. So this Nikko craw, when he's in the water, he's up and he's got his tentacles up in the air and he's just waving around because he's buoyant. This thing's made out of a buoyant plastic. Also, I might add, an extremely tough buoyant plastic. I know I talk them up all the time. This is another shameless plug for Nikko. I have no affiliation with them other than I use their baits, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't have Nikko crawfish, you don't fish Nikko craws, you don't fish Nikko Helgramite, you are missing out. Nikko craws flat-footed catch fish. I've caught them. Oh my God, here comes jet skis 5 wide. I hope they got sense enough to go around us. Just what I need to be killed by a jet ski. I'm fishing with a color that Nikko calls Galaxy. It's a blue with a flake in it. My wife is fishing with a natural mud bug color. There's another one. He ain't big as the last one. He's not nearly as big as the last one, but he's a good fish. I will take him. Bye, fish. Thank you for the patience. Y'all, this is tough fishing conditions for an old boy from South Mississippi that is used to fishing in 10 feet of water on dead calm lakes where at most might be 3 boats out there skiing around. She and I both are fishing with 2 lighted jig heads. I did not make that preparation correctly, but I didn't realize that we were going to need heavy. We are fishing with 1/16 ounce. That's the heaviest I got. I should have brought 1/8 ounce or 1/4 ounce for this, so that the current wouldn't drag our bait as bad. Because what's happening is, if you twitch the bait, we're just having to barely twitch our rod tip because the bank is so steep that if we twitch our rod tip too much, our jig heads are so light that our crawfish comes off the bank and comes way out here in the water and then just floats down and the current takes it. It ain't crawling its way down the bank like it needs to if you give it any more than just barely a little twitch. There was a guy fishing here earlier. We were over on the shore taking a lunch break. There was a guy fishing in this spot, and all of a sudden we hear him hollering, woo, woo! He pulled up a bass about yay long, and I couldn't tell what it was. All I could tell was a bass of some kind. Must have been one of these smallmouths. He must have caught him a pretty good one. He was excited. All right, YouTube. I was hoping I could catch a few more fish for you, but we're gonna have to end it here. My camera battery says it's got 35% or 30%. It goes from 30% to no percent real quick. So we're gonna end it here. This is my last battery. My charging port that I put in on the front of the boat here has quit working, even though I've never used it. That's what I get for buying the cheapest Chinese crap that I could get off of Amazon. We'll be back next time. Till then, as always, Hyckory Styck, y'all have a good one. Oh my God, what a smallmouth.
Get it in the boat, get it in the boat.
Barely hooked. Baby, get the net. Get, oh my God.
Where is it?
In the hand, in there, in there. I never thought we needed a net. Like, oh man, we had to turn the camera back on. We moved positions. I done caught a smallmouth here, y'all. Oh my gosh, what a smallmouth. Oh my goodness, what a fight. I've never fought a freshwater fish fought that hard.
You got the scale?
I got the scale somewhere.
I
I think it's in that one. No, wait, I think it's in No, wait, it's in that one. 2.58 pounds. Oh, y'all, and I ain't even long arming him. Look at that. What a smallmouth. Bye, fish. Thank you for your patronage. He may not be that big to some of y'all, because I know they drag some 6-pounders out this lake, but for me, that's a fine one. Not bad one either.
You need the net?
Yep. Hurry. Not a bad largemouth. Look at that. On that bait. Hot dog, that's worth $12. Not a bad largemouth, y'all. On the Coon Creek crawfish crankbait. Coon Creek custom baits got him, y'all. Nice largemouth. You know, I know none of these fish are huge by any means, but for a South Mississippi boy to go up to a beautiful lake like Pickwick and catch some nice fish and actually be able to catch smallmouth, the targeted species that I was after, man, this was fantastic. These fish for me are all solid fish, and I just had a great time. My wife and I both had a really great time, and it was just a blessing to be able to go up there and do this, and we intend to go back. And you know, we don't have really nice waters down here in the southern part of the state by the coast like up there. That's just a beautiful lake, beautiful waters with lots of fish activity. So we're going to go back, but until then, thanks for tagging along, and as always, this is Hyckory Styck. Y'all have a good one.